How you doing, Rick? Nice to see you again. Chris Kapke, Mercury News.
Good to see you, Chris. How you doing? Have a seat.
How's everything?
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's tough times out there right now.
Tough times. Well, we all know it's pretty tough out there. And you're doing a lot of advertising currently. We know you're doing Cars.com, correct? And Auto Trader, Craigslist, a little bit in the paper.
A little bit.
What else are you doing to target in-market car shoppers?
You know, we're buying leads from VHIX. We're also doing the new Leads Plus through Cars.com, and then we have a very good process here. So, you know, there's a few things that we're doing. Why do you ask?
Well, let me get to that. So VHIX, how's that working for you?
VHIX is pretty good. I mean, they're cheap leads, and you know, we're able to convert those pretty well. So, you know, it's okay. Everything does a little bit.
Okay. Are you utilizing online in any other way besides just car sites like that?
No, we're doing all kinds of stuff. There's some keyword optimization stuff, and then, you know, social media, stuff like that. So we really feel that we're ahead of the curve.
Okay, so you're using that to try to drive traffic to your website then?
Yeah, it would be drive traffic to our website, but most importantly would be to convert cars into sales.
Okay.
Right?
What if I could show you a way where you could do that, targeting only people who are in the market to shop for a car?
Well, how would you do that?
So think about it like this, right? Think about if you could run a TV ad and target it only to people who are looking for a car, and not only that, you can target it to people who are looking for an SUV, who are looking for a luxury car, without all the wasted impressions of just running an ad on any network.
Well, that's kind of like what Comcast has, right? On demand. All right. So with the local Comcast, I can go on there and I can on demand, and I can go to just vehicles. Is that what you're talking about?
Are you doing that currently?
We have done some of that. It wasn't very successful for us.
Okay. What I'm talking about would be utilizing the internet and utilizing our Yahoo platform. What we do now is when people go on Yahoo, we create a profile based on their searches, their ad clicks, and the content they're reading. And based on all that stuff, we can tell what they're in the market to buy. So if they're looking up an SUV, for example, if they're going on Yahoo Autos or Cars.com and they're searching up dealerships, or they're looking up financing or those type of things, over a period of weeks we can say, okay, this person's moving down a buying funnel. And based on that, we'll start teeing up ads reflecting those behaviors. So if they're looking for an SUV, for example, we'll tee up ads for SUV buyers. Or if they're looking for a high-end luxury car, we'll tee up ads for high-end luxury. So we'll keep your message in front of them when they're not just on Cars.com or when they're not just on Craigslist or what have you. It'll follow them. So when they go to check their email, they have an ad pop up right in front of you. When they go to their homepage on Yahoo, boom, right there, we'll have a large rectangle on Yahoo. What do you think about that?
It's just for people that are in the market to buy cars.
Yeah.
And how does it identify those people?
It moves them down a buying funnel based on, so if you're just searching around and clicking around and looking at cars, that's one thing, right? Then you're more of an engager. But if you're actually comparing two different models, so you're looking at a Chevy Traverse or a Toyota Highlander, then you're moving down that funnel and you're closer to pulling the trigger, and that's when we start teeing up those ads.
I see. I see. So we have something like that, I believe, on Cobalt.
Cobalt?
It's that same type of behavioral targeting stuff.
Okay. What's Cobalt exactly?
Cobalt is our internal website. It's a company that does these online optimization platform, and they buy that type of technology, and then, you know, we're partnered with them, so they sell it to us.
And where does this technology revolve in? Is it in Yahoo? Is it in Google? Or is it?
It's all over the net on different sites that they partner with and stuff. You know, I mean, it could be Edmunds, it could be KBB, it could be all these other sites that grab snippets. You know, so I mean,
So
I think we're already doing that.
How are you tracking that currently?
Well, what it does is it clicks through to our website. So what we see is we see a bump in our web activity. right, on our
Okay.
site's
So
activity.
your web traffic's gone up.
Web traffic, exactly.
And have you been able to monetize that web traffic? in any way?
Well, that's the problem is that, you know, a lot of times that we're not. You know, right? We don't know that we are. We see a spike in activity on our site, but we don't know that there's a clear path of actually that click generated that
So
sale.
what is the message you're sending out there are you using banners or are you using,
Well, the message, it's provided in a banner type platform. Okay, so a banner product is
okay, so
but
it's
the
banner.
message is, you know, it depends on what we're targeting, but it could be a high mileage car, right? So it gets great gas mileage, right? Especially when we had the gas problems, we were focused on that. Or it could be a more luxury type vehicle for this marketplace because we sell quite a few luxury cars in this marketplace. So, you know, so it could be either or.
Well, one of the things we have found with this type of technology, I'm sure Cobalt is a similar thing as you're saying, is that based on the message you're putting out there, the creative, the actual layout of the banner, the call to action, that results in more click-throughs to your website and more sales. So if you're putting, you know, banners out there that have high mileage cars or what have you, you need some kind of call to action. You need to give me a reason to click through. You need to appeal to me. So that's one of the things we're in the business of doing, is creating that type of creative that attracts people to your dealership. So what would you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's obviously what we want. You'd have to show me how it works and how it would benefit me, right?
Okay.
So why would I want to go with your product when I already have that product, right? What's the benefit of your product over what I'm doing now? What I'm doing now might not be, you know, as large, you know.
Well, to give you an idea, Yahoo locally has about 4 million unique visitors a month, so it's a pretty significant amount of users, and that's just in the local market. Across the country, I'm not sure of those numbers, but I can get that for you. So you'd be able to target people locally, and we can target specific area codes, so you're not, you know, targeting the whole Bay Area. I know your trade zone isn't that big, but you could target 408, or maybe 408 and 510.
Gotcha.
Maybe that would make more sense for you.
It might.
So why don't we put something together? I can put together some packages for you. In the meantime, I have a video I had sent you on your email. Maybe we can take a look at that, and it'll give you some more information, maybe elaborate a little better on how it works.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take a look at that video in a little bit, and why don't you go ahead and put together some packages, and let's take a look at that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Thank you for your time.